Mike, welcome back to Billington Town. You've had 2 spells here as a player, then came back as a coach, back as a manager. You're back once again as manager. How are you feeling?
God, when you put it like that, it feels like a long time, doesn't it? But yeah, I'm over the moon, mate. I'm really happy. It's a strange one, really, Ben, because I think it was common knowledge that I didn't really want to move away from the club previously. So to be back pretty soon is really exciting for me, and yeah, I just can't wait to get my feet under the table and get moving forward again, mate.
Yeah. So just in terms of the playing squad, it's been sort of widely publicised that we've got a lot of players contracted at least till the end of the season. Now, does that affect you? Are you going to have to work with them? Is there going to be the room to bring your own players in? How's it going to work?
No, it doesn't affect me, Ben. I think, like you say, it's widely known. It's not an issue to me. I've been able to watch enough this season to know the qualities that are in there. I'd like to hope that a bit of an environment shift would give them more opportunity to excel. So yeah, I think I'm looking forward to working with them. There's a smattering of both contracted and non-contracted footballers at the club, so it's a bit of a clean slate. Let's go again and get to know them pretty well. So everyone's got an opportunity with me. My big thing is how we train and how we drill the boys and prepare them right to be successful on the football pitch. That's what we all want, right? So that's going to be my main goal, to make sure that I understand them well, they trust me and understand what we want to achieve, and I'm pretty confident that we've got enough in the room to do exactly what we require this season, and that will then give us a really good opportunity to have an exciting time together next year. But it all depends on us doing well this year. There's no bones about where we are in the league at the moment. I firmly believe the club's underachieving, so it's up to me to push that forward now, and it's getting these boys on board to understand that they're capable, they're good enough to make happen what we expect. And yeah, I think a good environment shift will give them every opportunity to showcase what they're capable of.
Yeah, you mentioned the position the club's in at the minute in terms of the league table. Is there a specific aim for this end of the season? Is it just to stay up, or do we want to do a bit more than that?
Well, it's tight. It's tight. So a couple of wins really changes your outlook on where you can be. But being brutally honest, I'm inheriting something that's sat within the relegation zone at the minute. So yes, to get us out of that is imperative. That's what we're looking at. If we go on a very good run and we propel ourselves a little bit more, then fantastic. But there's a short-term plan to get us out of the situation we're in, and that can then turn into a really exciting long-term plan. But we've got to put one foot in front of the other, mate, because at the moment it's been a bit of a stuttering start. So let's make sure first and foremost that these boys have got every opportunity to showcase what they're good at, and that's that environment shift that I've been talking about. And then we can really start looking at something different once we've done that.
Yeah, you touched upon there the long-term plan. Is there anything specific? Is there we want to be here in X amount of years, or is it more vague than that? What's the sort of the situation there?
Well, the conversation I had with Dan, with Gav, and his advisors was that of really propelling this football club, up the pyramid, and that's what excites me. That's what I was really hoping for in my last spell at the club, and we were ripping up trees with what we had at that time. So the resources are there. I think the guys done phenomenally well in a short space of time to bring a business mind into this football club, and he openly admits that he's not a football guy, so he surrounds himself with really good people. And some of the advisors that are going to give me support, that are giving him and Gavin support, are unbelievably educated guys, and I couldn't ask for more in that way of support. So yes, there's the short-term plan this season, I won't get away from it, is to make sure that we're the right side of that dotted line. moving forward, there's really, really exciting plans to take this club up 2 and 3 leagues, and to be a part of that will be phenomenal for me. But I'm here to try and make that happen for you guys and the wider community, because it deserves it. You know, as long as I've been playing football, this has been the place to play in this area. You know, it's been the pinnacle of non-league football around here, and I want that to continue, and I want it to get better. So yeah, with the resources and the backing that these guys are giving us, I feel it deserves a better go.
Yeah. Supporters will remember from when you were here before your 3 non-negotiables, as you said: effort, commitment, and desire. There's been a lot of talk, and even club officials, managers have come out and said after games that it maybe doesn't mean enough to certain players when we do lose. Are you confident that you can get that out of them?
Well, I hope so, mate. Otherwise, I won't be here. I think my philosophy doesn't change. You know, you've just hit the nail on the head. I'm glad that that's stuck with the club, because it sticks with me. They are my non-negotiables, and I think just as an absolute bare minimum, if you run harder than somebody else, you're going to get more opportunity than they're going to offer. So I think, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but my biggest thing at the moment, walking in the front door, is just to have that environment shift, to give the guys another outlook, another opportunity to work within an environment that's progressive. And these guys can be a part of this for a longer period of time if they really want to be. And like I said, there won't be many clubs that offer the resource that this club's going to offer. That is then my decision as to who comes along for that journey. And I'm telling you, Ben, there's enough in this dressing room to not just get us out of the situation that we're in now, but to progress us even further. So if those boys want to come on that journey, I'd be more than happy with that. I think the next side of it really is, you know, how we train, how we're drilled, what my expectations of a Mike Thompson team looks like. And I think there's a few people out there that already know what that looks like, but I've got to get that message over quickly, because we've got 4 or 5 really, really important games. So if I can do that and they're receptive to it, I think it's going to be a really exciting few months. Yeah.
If you cast your mind back to when you very first joined the club as manager, your first time, we held that fans forum in the town bar, and it was you and the goalkeeper coach at the time, Ron Millam, and Ron said everyone can always improve, players and coaches. What do you feel in the 2 years you've had away from the club while you've been at Bottisford? What do you feel you've learned that you can now bring to the table that maybe you couldn't before?
That's a really good question. I think time is a big one. You experience different things. You also realise what's good at certain clubs and what could be improved. And my time at Bottisford was outstanding. You know, the facilities were unbelievable. The people behind the scenes were majorly supportive of me, and it gave me the ability to go out and just concentrate on football. And I think that's something that I'm also really excited about here. There's a hierarchy above that's going to give me every opportunity to just make sure that the football inside of this football club is what my sole focus is. So I've seen good, I've seen bad, I've learned from both, and I think this was an opportunity when it came knocking once more that I looked at. I had conversations with the guys here about what the plans are to move forward, because I was pretty comfortable at Bottisford. To be honest, it's a club I played a lot of games for, and the people down there are fantastic. But this is one that I wasn't going to walk away from. It was too difficult to even think about not being here again, and having that hierarchy above and that support mechanism above really gives me the opportunity to just have the lads as my main sole focus, and that's going to be needed, Ben. You know, we're not going to get away from the fact that we've got to perform. We've got to turn it around quickly in the early months of this new year, and being able to just have that as my sole focus is really, really important. So that's where our focuses are going to lie as a management team.
Just finally, just a word on the supporters. Obviously, throughout your playing career and your managerial career, you've had a very sort of tight bond with them. You've spent a lot of time with them at the games you've been to watch this season. Just how crucial are they going to be to when we're moving the club forward, and how important is it that we're united as one?
It's massive. I mean, it's a community club at heart. Bridlington's a tight-knit community. As I've said before, I believe for a long period of time the club's been below a level where it could and should be operating, and the fans have never let me down ever as a player. They were unbelievably supportive. I joined the coaching staff and nothing changed, and I became the manager of the football club 2.5, 3 years ago, and the support from them again was unwavering. So my message would be, backers, because it really has the potential to be what you guys have been wanting for a really long period of time. Get behind what we're going to bring for the last 4 months of this season, and if we do what I expect us to do, your eyes could really be open next year as to a different way of this football club operating, which I'm so excited to be a part of, and so honoured to be given the opportunity to drive that ambition. So, yeah, when I've not been playing or managing this football club, whenever I came to watch, and I was always welcomed. And we talk about the usual suspects and those faces that you see regularly. They've always been, a real supporter of mine. So I want to give them something back in exactly the same way that I did last time, and give them a football team to be proud of.
Yeah. Mike, thank you very much for your time. It's great to have you back, and we'll catch up after the game on Friday.
Cheers, Ben. Thanks, mate.